Do you remember that first epic coffee that felt like an explosion of flavors and turned you into a coffee lover? I am betting that moment is still alive in your memory. Having such a memorable coffee encounter can be a transformative experience and can even be the beginning of someone's love for specialty coffee. Crafting a memorable coffee is a pursuit of excellence that requires significant and deliberate transformations during production, processing, roasting, and brewing. These four stages, from farm to cup, and how they transform coffee, have an intriguing relation with the four primary elements of alchemy in the quest to create the ultimate beverage, the espresso, / the elixir of life. So, today I will focus on the correlation between the four primary elements of alchemy and the key transformations of the four stages from farm to cup that profoundly shaped my coffee into the memorable sensory experience you will enjoy today. In alchemy, earth is the foundational element from which everything is originated and created and is represented by this symbol. The next fundamental element in alchemy is air, represented by this symbol, and it can be associated with the stage of coffee processing in which air plays a critical role. Earth aligns with the stage of coffee production where my coffee starts and where it is created. So, my coffee undergoes significant transformations due to high altitude and shade-grown cultivation at 1,700 meters. In this microclimate, the cherries ripen slowly and develop a higher concentration of sugars and organic acids. This leads to better acidity and sweetness. The next transformation was that my coffee the next critical transformation is a healthy soil nutrition. This helps plant metabolism, that means a more complex and desirable cup profile. During coffee processing, the two key transformations of my coffee were during fermentation and during drying. So, my coffee is a natural process with innovative cold fermentation and fermented inside sealed tanks with very little oxygen for 48 hours and at low temperatures of 5 degrees Celsius. This prolonged and cold anaerobic environment promotes nuanced fruit flavors and enhances the texture of my coffee, making it feel creamy and smooth. The next transformation was that my coffee was dried over raised beds for 26 days inside the red room. This deliberate drying results in flavors with great clarity and definition in your cup. Now, in front of you, you have my coffee inside this fragrance device. Please bring it closer to your nose and press the palm to eyes as I do while taking a deep breath. Enjoy this complex, fruity, and floral aroma of my coffee. Judges, when we taste coffee, we experience a mix of flavors. Here, I have spheres of different colors to represent the flavors in my coffee that outstand the most. Please note, a delicate aroma of orange blossom. You will discover flavor notes of pineapple, cherry, ripe kiwi, and pink grapefruit. The tactile is in a medium weight with a round mouthfeel and a smooth texture. The acidity at your first sip is lively medium to high. At your second is medium, with a medium bitterness and a medium to high sweetness. The finish is long, reminds me of baker's chocolate. Today I am using 19.5 grams in to extract 40, with 10% of TDS and 20% extraction yield. Please take a look at the cards that you have in front of you. There you will see all the sensory information I'll be serving you. You will enjoy this coffee, but for now please only evaluate the crema, but don't drink it yet. And you? Great, after I stir your crema, please enjoy this elixir. And you, please enjoy it. And for you, please enjoy this elixir. And you, enjoy it. Judges, in alchemy, this symbol represents fire, and this one represents water. Both fire and water align with the stages of coffee roasting and brewing. In production and processing stages, we created and we enhanced the sensory potential of my coffee. But to unlock its potential, my coffee needed a transformative roasting profile. So we roasted it carefully with 8 heat adjustments. To boost the tactile and the complexity, we extended the mylar phase for 3 minutes, and to enhance the sweetness and the acidity, we shortened the development time for 90 seconds after the first crack. The total roasting time is 9 minutes, with 15% development. Judges, coming up is your milk beverage. For the milk beverage, I will use a slightly longer ratio, but same dose. With this longer ratio, I get more intense flavors that are perfect to blend harmoniously with the sweetness of the milk. So I will prepare this beverage with 25 grams of espresso and 80 grams of milk. The milk I chose is a lactose-free milk with 2.5% fats and 4% carbohydrates. This drink is so good. You may please write down the taste descriptors of this part. The stone fruit character of my espresso combined with milk turn into banana cream. You will also discover flavor notes of vanilla milkshake, butter cookie, and butterscotch caramel. It feels soft, creamy and spongy. Reminds me of yogurt's mouthfeel. The finish is smooth. Please, to feel the whole experience, enjoy it at least 3 sips. Judges, I also transform the milk by combining 2 advanced processing techniques, freeze distillation and hyperfiltration. Freeze distillation reduces the water content and increases the amount of fats, sugars and proteins. Hyperfiltration then refines the milk by forcing it through nanomembranes using reverse osmosis. With these 2 techniques, I created a milk with a sweeter taste and a creamier mouthfeel. Please, to feel the whole experience, Enjoy it at least 3 sips. Judges, coming up is my signature drink. But before I start making it, you may please write down the taste profile. Today, you will enjoy flavors of lime, melon, caramel, green apple, and passion fruit. The finish is long with a refreshing note of green apple. At every sip, you will enjoy the aroma of bergamot flower. The drink has a medium weight with a smooth and juicy texture. Great. Now, let's make the drink. The first ingredient is a coffee and orange blossom infusion. I chose it because both flowers grow at the farm, symbolizing a connection to earth and production. I made it by mixing 3 grams of coffee blossom and 3 grams of orange blossom with 200 grams of cold water and let them infuse for 2 hours. And I am adding 5 grams of it. In the drink, this gives a citrusy lime flavor and a delicate aroma of bergamot flowers. The next ingredient is a banana-infused clarified milk, and it represents the elemental transformation of air during processing. To prepare it, I fermented 50 grams of banana puree inside the sealed jar for 48 hours, and after that, I added 40 grams of my competition milk and 10 grams of citric acid. After chilling it for 2 hours, I strained multiple times until the milk clarified, and I am adding 60 grams of it. It enhances the weight of the drink, creating a new flavor of melon and giving a smooth texture. The next ingredient is a roasted honey syrup, and it is linked to the elemental transformations of fire and heat during a roasting stage. I made it by roasting 100 grams of honey and then combined it with 100 grams of water and 100 grams of sliced pears, then strained and cooled. And I am adding 20 grams of it. This contributes with a caramel sweetness, creating new flavor of green apple. The next ingredient is a whole beans tonic water cold brew, and it represents the elemental transformation of water during brewing. I made it with 200 grams of tonic water and 20 grams of whole beans of the 90 plus geisha I am serving you today. Then brewed for 12 hours and strained, and I am adding 10 grams of it. This gives balance to the drink, creating a new flavor of passion fruit. Last but not least, the elixir. 80 grams of my espresso, 4 shots. I prepare and left cooling down at the beginning of my presentation. And now I will say to blend all the ingredients and flavors. Great. I will ask you to please wait until I call time to evaluate the drink. As I said at the beginning, crafting a memorable coffee requires significant and deliberate transformations. The transformations we make from farm to cup can elevate coffee into a memorable sensory experience. For example, judges, consider this analogy. If you take a piece of paper and toss it into the air, it will simply fall down. But if you fold it a few times and create a paper airplane, just transform it and the paper will fly. Now, please enjoy. I am Penny. Time.